Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there.
Tommy V doing great stuff over there.
Good morning.
Morning, Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. You are Jessica Sivry, is that right?
Sivry, correct.
Sivry? All right.
Yep.
Ms. Sivry, before we get started, I have a note here saying that you did not want to speak to a court-appointed attorney for today's arraignment. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. That's obviously you have the right to do that. I cannot be an attorney for you though. So if there are any legal questions that you have, I cannot answer them and I can't advise you on what to do. So if there's any questions that you have related to really any of this, the process, the charges, that's something you'd have to bring up with an attorney. Are you sure you do not want to be represented for this arraignment?
Correct.
Okay. Now calling ticket number 24 SL00136, the People versus Jessica Lynn Sivry. This is the date and time set for arraignment. Ms. Sivry, now we are formally on the record. You are Jessica Lynn Sivry, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Prior to calling the case, I spoke to you regarding having an attorney represent you today, and you indicated that you do not want to be represented by court-appointed counsel. You understand that you have the right to be represented today, but you are choosing to represent yourself. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. All right. Since you are not going to be represented by an attorney, I'm going to formally read the charges to you. It is alleged that on May 11th, 2024, in the city of South Lyon, County of Oakland, state of Michigan, Jessica Lynn Sivry did commit the offense of domestic violence, which is a misdemeanor punishable by 93 days of incarceration and or $500 in fines and costs. Ms. Sivry, do you understand the charges that the charge that I just read to you?
I do.
Okay. All right, I cannot accept a guilty plea or a no contest plea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. And this matter will be rescheduled for a pretrial. That will be your next hearing. I don't have that court date in front of me. So that's something you'll have to find out after today's hearing. Obviously, you chose to represent yourself for this arraignment. Are you planning on representing yourself or retaining an attorney moving forward?
I guess just planning on representing myself.
Okay. All right. Ms. Sivry, are you currently employed?
No.
Excuse me. All right. Well, because you're not employed, you are entitled to court-appointed counsel. So I could appoint an attorney for you based on your representations. Would you like me to do that, or would you like to continue by representing yourself?
I guess, appoint me a court-appointed attorney.
Okay. All right. I'll give you court-appointed counsel moving forward. That attorney will likely reach out to you probably in the next 5 to 10 days regarding your next hearing and the steps on that.
Okay.
You currently reside at Circle, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. How long have you lived there?
Since November 1st of 2023.
All right. Sergeant, is there anything you'd like to note regarding bond in this matter?
Morning, Your Honor. No, Miss Silveray, she has no criminal warrant, has no criminal history. I spoke with South Lyon Police Department. They wouldn't be opposed to a personal bond with normal conditions.
Okay. All right. Ms. Silver, do you have any prior criminal history?
No.
I'm sorry, was that a no? I just couldn't hear you.
No. No.
All right. Based on the lack of criminal history and does not appear to be any prior failure to appear history, I do think that a personal bond is warranted. So I'm going to order bonding in the amount of $5,000 personal recognizance. So Ms. Silver, that means you do not have to post any money today and you will be released. But know that if you fail to abide by any of your bond conditions, that bond could be forfeited and you may owe $5,000 to the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You have 4 children in common with Stephen, is that correct?
That's correct.
right.
We live two are his children. We share one son, and then I have a daughter. But yes, 4 reside in the house with us.
Okay. Well, one of your bond conditions is that you are to have no contact with Stephen as long as this case remains pending. The court doesn't have jurisdiction over Stephen, so a typical bond condition that I would order is that you're not to return to the address. Do you have somewhere else that you would be able to reside while this case is pending?
I moved here for my husband's work, so I don't have any friends or family or anyone here. So I guess, I could stay at a hotel or something, but that is the only place that I don't even really know the area too well yet.
All right. All right, so I am going to order that you're not to return to the Circle address. I understand that's obviously been your house and you just moved here. So I will allow you to go back to your home one time with a police officer to gather your belongings. After that, you will have to reside elsewhere and you'll have to figure that one out. As long as this case is pending, that is a condition of bond that could change at your next hearing or after your next hearing. But I am going to order that as of now. As far as the children go, obviously you have every right to see your children, but you're to have no contact with Stephen. So if there is any exchanging of the children. If you're going to watch them or they're going to stay with you, that'll have to be done by a neutral third party. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You will personally appear for any and all future court proceedings. You will not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You will immediately notify the court in writing of any change to your address or telephone number. That means once you determine where you're going to reside, moving forward, you must immediately call the 52-1 District Court here in Novi and provide us with the new address. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You shall not possess any firearms, other dangerous weapons. You shall refrain from using any alcohol, any form of THC, marijuana, illegal drugs, or abusing any legally prescribed medication. I'm not ordering random testing at this time. But that is something that could be ordered in the future. I am going to place you under the supervision of the 52-1 District Court's Bond Compliance Division. So all that means is on Monday, tomorrow, once you find out where you're going or determine where you're going to be residing, you're going to call the court, give us the address, and then make sure you get signed up with bond compliance. Lastly, no new criminal offenses or activity. So, Ms. Sivrat, do you understand the terms and conditions of your bond?
Yes, I do. I just have one question about how long until the next court date, or do you have no idea? Because
I don't know. I don't have the court date in front of me. I can tell you, since you're being released, it could be a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. If there's something regarding bond that you want to address and try to have modified, you can come into the court and ask for a hearing before the judge regarding one of your bond conditions. Again, you will have a court-appointed attorney, so and that attorney should reach out to you in the next few days. But I don't know for sure. I can't tell you when exactly your court date will be.
okay.
All right. So, Ms. Sivrat, that is all for today. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks. Of course.
Now calling prosecutor order number 24-14562, the People versus Sarah Elizabeth Matthews. This is the date and time set for arraignment. Counselor, your appearance.
Yes, good morning, Giannis. Celia Kirandago up here on behalf of Ms. Sarah Matthews for purposes of arraignment only. We are consenting to Zoom. We would waive reading of the charge, stand her mute, ask the judge to not guilty plea on her behalf. She has been advised of the nature of the offense, its maximum penalty, as well as her basic constitutional rights.
All right, the court will waive formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of Ms. Matthews. Ma'am, I did receive the request for court-appointed attorney form that you filled out and submitted. Based on your representations, I do find that you are indigent. So I will appoint an attorney for you moving forward, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Counsel, as it relates to bond, we'll just say it on behalf of Ms. Matthews.
In regards to bond, she does live locally in West Bloomfield. She's currently working with Michigan Works to secure new employment. She's not, per her statements, on probation or parole. There may be some outstanding fines and costs out of a district court, but she shouldn't have any priors for years. I think it's old, whatever's on there, if anything, should be old. If eligible, Yana, I'm asking for a personal bond for her. I don't believe there's any, I don't have any reason to believe that she's not going to appear to court.
All right, and, do we have a detective, sergeant, officer on with us?
Yeah, Officer John Wayne, West Bloomfield Police Department. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, officer. Anything you'd like to say regarding bond?
No, we'll leave it to the court's discretion.
All right, Ms. Matthews, do you have any prior criminal convictions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Based on the lack of criminal history and does not appear that there's any prior failure to appear history, obviously, I do think that a personal bond is warranted. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $10,000 personal recognizance. Ms. Matthews, that means you do not have to post any money and you will be released today. But know that if you fail to abide by any of your bond conditions, that bond could be forfeited and you may owe $10,000 to the court. Do you understand that?
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, I am ordering the following conditions. You are to have no contact with Kenneth Johnson.
Yes, sir. Your
You
Honor,
and
may I
Mr.
say-
Johnson live. Hold on.
He does-
Just hold on. Ms. Matthews, everything that we say right now is being recorded, okay? So I don't want you to say anything about the case because I don't want it to be used against you later. It's for your own protection. I just need to know, does Mr. Johnson live at the 6?
He is the leaseholder, but he is staying with his girlfriend in Farmington Hills. So no, he's not there, but he's free to come and go as he pleases because it's his apartment. And he also has my daughter right now that I have full custody for, because that's what I was going to say. How do I get in contact with my daughter? She's 10, sir. And he has her right now. Came and got her yesterday. I could just call his grandmother. Would that be okay?
Yes. What I'm going to order is that if there's anything regarding the exchange of a minor child, that has to be done through a neutral third party. Like I said, you're to have no contact with Mr. Johnson. I'm just trying to see, officer, do you have any information as to where the address of where Mr. Johnson resides?
No, Your Honor, no clue.
All right. All right. All right, I don't have any information about where Mr. Johnson is currently residing. Obviously, I've ordered that you're to have no contact with him. I'm not going to order a condition of bond that you cannot return to the 6402 Silverbrook address. But I will say that if Mr. Johnson shows up to that address, you must leave and you cannot have any contact with him. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Your other bond conditions include the following. You will personally appear for any and all future court proceedings. You will not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You will immediately notify the court in writing of any change to your address or telephone number. You shall not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. I am placing you under pretrial services supervision, which means within 24 hours of your release, you must contact pretrial services and get enrolled with them. Their phone number will be listed on the bond form that you receive.
Okay, thank you, Your
Lastly,
Honor.
you're welcome. Actually, there's two more. You shall refrain from using any alcohol, any form of THC, marijuana, illegal drugs, or abusing any legally prescribed medication. You will submit to random testing, which will include 1 ETG per week, as well as 1 controlled substance urinalysis test per month. Lastly, no new criminal offenses or activity. So, Ms. Matthews, do you understand the terms and conditions of your bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Just so you're aware, your next court date is currently scheduled for May 20th at 9 a.m. That'll be at the 48th District Court in Bloomfield Hills.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Matthews, that's all for today. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
What's the next?